Now today we're going to start talking about volume. Tell me, what is the difference between surface area and volume?
Surface volume is inside and surface area is outside.
Good. Volume is about filling something. So right here I have a cone and a cylinder, and they're about the same size, aren't they? As far as the height and everything, they kind of fit. Everything's good. So volume is no longer how much plastic it takes to fit around it, how much plastic it takes to make it. Now we're actually talking about filling it. And I don't want them to go everywhere, so, okay? How many? One. This one would be 2. And this one would be 3. And it's about full, given that I didn't fill it all the way top, so I wouldn't spill. So we took 3 cones to fill this one cylinder if it's about the same size.
That is interesting.
So I want you to come over here and look at the formulas. Okay, prisms, area of the base times the height. Here, it's 1/3 area of the base of the height. Why?
It takes 3 to fill it up.
Because it takes 3 of these. It takes 3 cones or pyramids to fill up 1 cylinder. Now do you understand where that formula is coming from? It's not just some random numbers. And the same thing with a sphere, but I haven't quite figured out how to make a visual for you to describe what it's doing here. But I do have one for the pyramids. Okay, what do I have here?
3 pyramids.
3 pyramids. Okay, it takes 3 pyramids to make a
Prism.
prism. Very good. Are you watching? Magic right before your eyes.
And it's a rectangle. I mean, it's a rectangle.
A rectangular prism. So those 3 pyramids, if they were solid, right, could fold up to make 1 prism. So now you have a better understanding of where that formula is coming from. Would you agree? Okay, we're talking about filling. We're no longer talking about the edge. If we're talking about a cup, we're talking about how much liquid can I put inside of it? How much coke can I put inside of my drink? How much water can I fill this canister with? How much water does it take to fill a swimming pool? In my can of paint, how much paint is in there? Are you with me? So we're talking about the stuff on the inside, not the container itself any longer. Okay? The good news is, what's the big B stand for?
Area of the base.
Area of the base. What's the H stand for?
Height.
The height. Now many of you get confused because this is area of the base times the height, but when you talk volume, you're used to it being what?
No idea.
When you think volume from before, huh? Not liters necessarily, but didn't you learn it as length times width times height?
Well, that's what we're doing.
Right, that's what we're doing. Because the big B stands for area of the base. My base is a rectangle. Isn't that length times width? So this is length times width times height. So all I'm really doing is finding the 3 dimensions and multiplying them together. It's the same thing that you did. So Ms. Ramsey, why in the world do they use that big B? Because now they can use it for shapes like cylinders. Instead of doing length times width times height, now they can do area of the base of a cylinder, which is a circle. So now it's pi r squared times h. So they can use this one formula for multiple shapes. Okay? Does that make sense why they have a big B now? Okay. So let's try a couple of these. Volume of the prism. So volume is area of the base times the height. That's going to be length times width, and then times the height, right? Does it really matter which one's your base?
No.
No, because we're talking about how much does it take to fill it. It doesn't matter which way it sits. Okay? So I can do 7 times 3 and make my height the 4. 7 times 3 is 21 times 4
84.
is 84 what?
Centimeters squared.
Centimeters what?
Ah.
We're talking volume. We're no longer talking area.
Cube.
So it's going to be centimeters cubed. It is not 84 cubed, it's centimeters cubed. We're talking about filling it. Okay? What's wrong with example 2?
It's all lopsided.
Good, it's all lopsided. That's called oblique. Okay? But the height is still the line that connects the two bases, but excuse me, it has to be 90 degrees. So this is the height. This is the line that connects the two bases, but it has to be at 90 degrees. All the shapes we've been talking about have been 90 degrees, haven't they? Okay, so now we're just making it oblique. It is still the same area of the base times the height. What shape is my base?
Cylinder.
No, what shape is my base?
Circle.
Circle. So what's the formula for area of a circle?
Pi r squared.
Good, pi r squared times the height. What's my radius?
4.
4, very good. 8 is the diameter, so this is going to be pi 4 squared. And what's my height?
Well, we gotta find it first.
We have to find it. It's not 13.
No, that's the slant height.
Ah, that's the slanted height, right? Well, if this is 13, wouldn't this also over here be 13? And this is 5, so you would do what? Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared. So it's x squared plus 5 squared equals 13 squared. So this is what, 25 and 169, I believe? Subtract the 125, that gives me x squared is equal to 144. Take the square root of it. So that means this height over here is 12. So what is 4 pi squared times 12? What do you get? 4 pi squared times 12. What'd you get?
4 times 12,
Uh-huh.
473.74.
473.74 what?
It's inches cubed.
Inches cubed. Okay, I want you to try example, the next two examples down here. I'm going to give you a second. I want you to try them. All right. So let's try the first one. First off, it's a pyramid, so what's my formula?
It is 1/3 base times height.
Area of the base times the height. Very good. What shape is my base?
Square.
A square. So how do I find the area of a square?
Base times height.
Base times height. But it's a little b times h, right?
Yes.
Okay, I still have to bring down this 1/3, and I still have to do the height of the pyramid. Remember, this height is of the base, right? This height right here is the height of the pyramid. So this is 1/3, 8 times 8, times the height of the pyramid, which is 10. Okay, couple of things, because this is where some of you get stuck, is this 1/3 thing. It's ugly, correct? So you could type it in your calculator as parenthesis 1 divided by 3, close parenthesis, 8 times 8 times 10. Or you could do 8 times 8 times 10 divided by 3. But you really want to do all this in parentheses. Otherwise, the calculator thinks that it's 10 divided by 3 times 8 times 8. And that's not what it is. Okay, so you have to watch those. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally's. So 8 times 8 is 64, times 10 is 640, divided by 3, and you get what? 200 and what? 13. 0.33 what? Feet cubed. Okay, is it really different than what we've been doing? No, the difference is not how we work it. The difference is what it represents. This is representing what's on the inside. Okay? So this one right here, a cone. What's the formula for volume of a cone?
Oh wait, it is 1/3 area of the base times height.
Right? So this is 1/3. What shape is my base?
Circle.
So that's going to be pi r squared times my height. What's my radius? 6. Very good. And what's my height?
10.
9. Why not?
8.
8. There's not even 8 up there. Okay, this is my slant height.
Oh.
They didn't give me an L, did they?
Yeah.
They want the height, which is straight down, forming 90 degrees. So this would have to be x squared plus 6 squared equals 10 squared. X squared plus 36 equals 100. Subtract 36, which gives me 64. Take the square root, so x equals 8. So somebody tell me what's a third pi 6 squared times 8?
904.8 centimeters cubed.
904 point what?
8 centimeters cubed.
Centimeters cubed. Does everybody agree with that? What do you mean you don't know? Good, push your buttons. What did you get?
I got it. 306.
You got 306.9?
Oh wait, I didn't take a third of it. My bad.
Aha, so we forgot to take a third of it. So my answer should be 301.6 centimeters cubed.
Probably just because it's a little.
Did you do 3.14 or did you use the 5 feet?
301.6.
Oh, it's not times 10. It's times 8. 10 is the slant height. Yeah, 10 is the slant height.
Got to get the right answer.
So 301.6 is the correct answer. Okay, try our last example. I'm going to give you 1 second to do. Okay, so somebody tell me the formula is 4/3 what?
Pi. R. Cubed.
Cubed, right here. Okay, it's not squared, it's cubed. Be very careful. That's going to be your biggest mistake. Not hard. It's going to be your biggest mistake. So this would be 4 divided by 3 times pi. It told us that our radius was 8. But how do I put that little 3 in the calculator? The caret key. So right above, I believe it's above the clear key, there's a caret key that looks like this. And then you put a 3.
All I had to do was
Just below the clear key.
all I had to do was was highlight the exponent and then just change it to a 3.
That's fine. But yours is a little different than everybody else's. Your calculator.
Oh, Sean, Keely, show me your.
You have a new software. You know how they update computers and stuff?
Yeah.
There's different versions and softwares for calculators too.
I don't mean to battle, but I literally just did the same thing on
Well,
his.
yeah.
Some of them, but not all of them in my room do. Right. Some of mine do, but some of them are the older version. Okay, so what did you get for your answer? 2,100 and what?
44.7
0.7 what?
centimeters cubed.
Centimeters cubed. Any questions there? Okay, so you have plenty of time now to finish your homework.
I'm already up.